Hi. So, I had a college reunion this summer. It was exciting. It was my 5-year. It was like the 4th anniversary of my 5-year. I just like saying my 5-year. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun. I get nervous when I go to my college reunions because I went to like one of those fancy East Coast schools where everyone's all successful. They all graduated and they went on and got like a JD or an MD or a PhD, and I didn't get any of that, obviously. I got HPV. Yeah, that's not a degree you tell people about. I mean, whatever, I'm sure half of y'all have it too. If you don't, you just don't know yet. Yeah, so that's my age. I just said, you know, whatever, this is the show, I can say my age. We're all doing it, we're all announcing our ages. I am 39 plus 3. That's how old I am. I won't make you do the math, I'll just tell you. I'm 20 times 2 in parentheses plus 2. I'm the square root of 1600 plus 2, okay? That's how I'm, you know, whatever. You know, I was actually doing that joke recently, last week at a mic, and there was this really young comic in the front where I said, I'm 42, and she goes, congratulations. And I'm like, for being alive? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, I guess I'm technically dead in this city at 42, but I swear that happened, that wasn't even a joke. So, what was next? Sorry, I have a 42-year-old brain, I don't remember things, my short-term memory. Oh yeah, because I'm 42 now. I went to get a mammogram recently, and I came back with the Tdap vaccine, because I have Kaiser, and if anyone else has Kaiser, you know their motto is, Kaiser, we do less. So when I went in, I thought at my age I should be a little concerned about breast cancer. They just seemed really concerned about me getting tetanus. And yes, I know, this is probably the face of someone who does construction. You're probably thinking, I know, you probably walk barefoot a lot around rusty nails. Let's get that tetanus shot. So I did. I mean, don't worry, I did. I'm not going to not get it. So now I have autism, and just kidding, I don't. But I do still have HPV. Because that vaccine didn't exist when I was young enough to get it. Yeah, my 40s have also been, speaking of, I've been doing a lot of shots in my 40s, is what I'm saying. Not the fun kind, hormone shots. I've been doing lots of hormone shots. IVF is what I'm saying. Here's why, here's the deal. I went to the doctor a few years back, and it turns out I have this condition called DOR. It stands for diminished ovarian reserve. And that's due to another condition I have called OAF, and that stands for old as fuck. So, you know, on the bright side, I won't be a handmaid. So, yeah. You know, you've been watching that Hulu documentary. Yeah, that won't be me. Thank God. I don't look good in those red dresses. But you know, a lot of other people are having babies. Good for them. Like I know this couple. They recently had a child, and they named their child Sequoyah, after where Sequoyah was conceived. That's LA, guys. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. And I thought about, like, if I have a child, what I would name my child. And I thought, well, if it's a girl, we could go with Tori, short for laboratory. You know, my husband's Italian. We could go with something that sounds a bit more Italian, like in vitro, or just Ivy. Yeah. So it is different. Like if I do have a child, it's very different these days having children because you know we have to be very politically correct, And, you know, I read this article about how we're not supposed to tell girls they're pretty now. It's not empowering. And I get that, but now I get nervous around little girls. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I have this little niece, she's 2. And I was just recently visiting her, and she got this new dress, and it was pink and purple, and it had a big bow in the back, and she put it on, and she was so proud in this dress, and I was like, oh my God, look at you in that dress, look at you, you're so capable. Dress, you're gonna be an astrophysicist or something, or, wow, you look like a CEO with that pink dress on, wow, like, you know, I was worried. I don't want to, like, if you want to, like, I didn't want to slip and say the wrong thing, tell her she's, you know, pretty, then she'll lose all sense of self-worth, and, you know, drop out of high school, and, you know, it could be a really downward spiral from there. So, like, seriously, if you want to empower a girl, don't tell her she's pretty. Tell her she's prettier than all of her friends. No one told me. Now I have HPV, so. Yeah, I have this other condition, actually. It's called IMDB ADD. It's a thing. I don't know if anyone else suffers from this. It's, I'll just explain it to you. It's when you can't watch a movie without consulting IMDB a minimum of 3 times. And I suffer from it. I do. Like, okay, I was recently watching $1 Million Baby was on TV. I know that movie came out 15 years ago. I know because I IMDb'd it. And it was on, and I was like, oh, let me watch this. And I started watching it, and if you haven't watched it, it's been 15 years to catch up. But Hilary Swank plays this boxer who gets knocked out, and she gets paralyzed from the neck down, and I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard to watch because she's a boxer and now she's paralyzed for life, and I can't figure out everything I've seen her in. So, I mean, I had to IMDb her, of course, and it turns out Hilary Swank was the next Karate Kid. Anyone else remembers? Of course, you're old. You know you remember that movie, right? From 1994, where she was the female Karate Kid with Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita, who was in the original Karate Kid with Elizabeth Shue, who was just recently in Battle of the Sexes 2017 with Steve Carell, who was in 40 Version 2005 with Seth Rogen, who was in This Is the End in 2013 with Jay Baruchel, who was in $1 Million Baby. And thank God I figured that out, and so I could finish the movie finally, but it was over. It ended. I missed it all. So just don't tell me. No spoilers, please. Don't tell me what happened. I'm sure it worked out for her, right? I'm sure she's boxing now. I'm sure. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. What could go wrong? Great. Yeah. So I have a confession to make. I do CrossFit. I know. I'm so gross. I hate myself for doing that. I do CrossFit. We're not a cult, okay? We're culty, but we're not a cult, okay? We're not like Soul Cycle, okay? We're not cycling by candlelight and talking about being warriors. We're I feel like you've done Soul Cycling. You're just laughing too hard at that one. No, we're just better than everyone else. That's all. So some of my CrossFit friends and I decided to start a book club because we wanted to do something that was not CrossFit, and we read the book Unbroken. I don't know if anyone's read this. It's based on a true story about Louis Zamperini. He was this pilot in World War II, and his plane got shot down, and then he was on a raft for months, surviving on a raft, fighting off sharks. True story. And then he was captured by the Japanese, and he was in a Japanese concentration camp, and he survived it all, hence the name Unbroken, because he was unbroken. And in our book club, we talked about how he was so inspiring, and how, like, if we were in his situation, we would have lasted a lot longer than most people. Because we're CrossFitters. All right, thank you so much, everyone.
so confusing now.
That was
I have
Cutler.
no idea.